Okay guys, this is what we're up to today. We got the little Bob kitten. We're gonna unload that and we're heading over here behind this lumber store, my buddy's house. He owns a lumber company. And we gotta take out some paver bricks. You might say, why would they ever take out these paver bricks? Because it's pretty nice actually. But the problem they have with these paver bricks is the grass growing up through it. See that, guys? And they can't keep this nice. I mean, it's really hard to keep nice. It's a beautiful patio. There used to be a door there, so that's why that step's there. But they want to get rid of that step. And they want to make this step square because it looks a little funny. I don't really like the way it's rounded like that. So gonna build that step square, pull out all these pavers. We're leaving this wall here because that's really nice, and just take out the pavers. And they want to stamp concrete. I helped a friend of mine do this pool a few years back, and that's held up really well, so they just want to match that. And then we did a sidewalk here last year. Let me open this gate. I'll show you. We ripped out the pavers for the sidewalk last year. Actually did a video on it. Can't really see it that good. I'll get you a better angle, but we did the same pattern there. There's a big long sidewalk, goes all the way down to the bottom there. And we did that last year. Same pattern as this, with Ashler Slate pattern. It's got a charcoal release on it, and it had a charcoal, or a kind of a darker powder that we put in the concrete. This is probably, I don't know, 6 years old maybe. Probably could use a seal. But that's what they want here, guys. They want to get rid of these pavers. And so stay with us. I'll show you how we're going to do it. We're going to rip these out, put them on a pallet. Maybe you can resell them to somebody who wants pavers. And putting some Stampcrete concrete in here. Big Biscuit with the mini Bob kitten. The track mini Bob kitten. MT50. This is good for jobs like this, guys. We don't want to tear up their yard. Try to turn really gentle on their grass if you can. We don't want to dig it all up. We're just using this to get the pavers. We're gonna put them in the bucket and then throw them on a pallet is what we're gonna do. What we do, popping them up. These are the pavers. You see the grass growing in them. Little moss and stuff.
They come up wicked easy though.
Yeah, they'll pop right up. Should be stone dust underneath it.
It is. That's gonna work out nice.
That's a pretty good load you got there.
Yeah,
So he's gonna bring over.
Platform, we could get more.
Yeah, he's gonna bring over a pallet. Well, about 6 pallets. We'll lay them right here.
You can use all this extra fat or something. Just hang off the back of that so you can drive down it.
The biscuit weight. Need a platform on the back of here.
Yep.
Put the biscuit counterweight on there. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, I'll show you how strong that liquid nails concrete adhesive is. When you glue these retaining wall blocks, actually pulled the whole step up with the 4x4 here right out of the ground. It didn't even pop. I thought maybe the caps would pop off. I don't think so. Watch. Twist the whole thing out. I can't even get it to pop. So that'll have to come out in sections. I thought we could get that to pop. I'll try it in a couple more spots. They will not come out of there, guys. It will not break. That liquid nails is not gonna come apart. You can see it in there. There it is. That's how strong that shit is. Okay guys, this is what the boys got stacked up so far. Jay's using his palletizing skills to figure out a pattern from working at a beer warehouse for so many years. This is our little trail. We're kind of digging the lawn a little bit, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's kind of wet out, so we talked to the homeowner. They're all right with it. They're just gonna fix it when we're done. They want to get it done before it gets warm out. So this is what things are looking like right now. We got the stairs ripped apart, got most of the blocks out. We're gonna throw all these cuts out. We're not gonna save them. And it looks like it's got a good base underneath here. It's all crushed limestone dust. So we're gonna go with that base and pour our concrete right on top of it. Have to get rid of this stuff here, this crushed stone area. That's what she's looking like. Okay guys, so we're working on this, getting the Stampcrete ready. And this pool's got a bad spot in it, right around this pool. I don't know if you can see it. It's the top of the concrete's flaking off. I didn't do this pool, but the guy that did ran out of concrete that day, and they used Quickcrete for this last little section, and it failed because Quickcrete doesn't have air entrainment in it, and this being exterior concrete, it just didn't hold up. The rest of it looks real good still, so, and it matches everything we're doing over there. That's where we're doing our work. So I told my buddy that I can rip this section out right here, and I said it might not match perfect, but it's gonna be better than what this looks like right here, with all this spalding and stuff, that flaking coming off the top. So we're gonna take this piece out of here, and hopefully we can get the color pretty close for them, and it'll look a lot nicer, and you know, they'll get their pool all ready for this summer. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna cut this, and then I'm gonna jack it out. Have Tuna Boat probably jack it out. That's what he meant when use your shovel and pop it up.
I don't want to bash up that fence.
Hey Jay! Big biscuit nose! Okay guys, I'm digging out this area right here for a step. So I mean, it's mostly round stones. It's got a little bit of limestone dust in it, mixed in with it, but I got this crushed limestone. I want to make the footer out of limestone. Then we're going to lay some chimney blocks in here as a base for the stair. And the customer wants to step a little bit higher, because it used to be all that whole white area, which is about 8.5 inches, 8 3/4 inch step. So she wants it a little less of a step, which I don't blame her. So I'm digging that out right now and putting that limestone dust in there. That's going to be a nice base for those chimney blocks to sit on. And that's what's going to hold everything up. Having fun?
Blast. I love the rain.
We're pouring it Saturday. Comes Tuna Boat with a load of our Tuna Crush limestone dust. What?
Right in the hole?
Yeah. That's good. Don't go right there. Gotta get too close. That's the door for now, bud. Well, how's it going?
This is what happens when you have shitty substrate.
Oh my god, that's all clay. So, Jason's digging out the clay. I think that's probably deep enough.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
get
I'm
some
just
stone.
trying to get all the rest of it.
Got to get around the edges too.
Well, I don't want to knock your stones out.
You have to rake it back or something, because that clay along the edge is no good either. That looked crappy.
Yeah.
Not prepared, it wasn't. It was never good. Yeah, we don't pour on clay, guys, so we're gonna dig all this out. Do it right. Yep. Dig it out by hand. We got the bob kitten on the other side of the fence that we're shoveling over the fence there. I'm over here. I got my step laid up. It's a real crappy day, guys. Rainy. I got my chimney block step built here, all level. Shot it in with the laser. There's a laser. Got her nice and level. Now I'm gonna fill it up with stone, pack it down, tamp it, and that's gonna be our base for our stairs, or our step, I should say. There's only one step there, so that's gonna be that. You won't see a lot of it. By the time we pour the concrete, you're only gonna see, probably won't even see an inch of that, maybe inch and a half, and then there's gonna be an overhang, so you're really not gonna see pretty much any of it. But that's what we're doing in this beautiful day today. Rainy day. That's how much clay we took out from under that slab, guys. So we're fixing the pool deck here. This is where we got the thing jacked out. We're putting in some limestone. You can see we dug it all out. Now we got a wheelbarrow limestone. No.
He almost did earlier.
Don't fall in the pool tuna boat.
Very expensive. My bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear my bad and then help, I can't swim.
Oh yeah, you can't swim.
No, I can't.
How can a tuna not be able to swim?
I don't know, man. I was born that way.
You were born that way. Most people are born that way. You gotta learn how to swim, kid.
Hey, we all started off as a fish.
Yeah, that's right. You used to be able to swim at one point. Okay guys, we're here at Building Supply, getting ready to, well, we're just working on this slab, getting it down to grade here. There was pavers here, and we took the pavers out, and I didn't really like how thin it was gonna be. I'd like to see about 5 inches of concrete out here. So we're digging everything down. We bring it up a little bit from where the pavers were here. Bring it up probably an inch, but it still wasn't thick enough. Those pavers were probably only about 2.5 inches at the most. So the guys are digging it down. We made a little grade stick here. We put a 5-inch piece on one end. We're running it down to the top of the 2x4, and they're scratching it out. This stone dust is pretty solid. So we built the step, guys. That's how we did that. Little tip for you: when you're doing a step like this, you cut the bottom at a 45 like that. Hopefully you can see that. See how it's at a 45 right there? That's so we can get our trowel in there and work under here while we're placing concrete. We want that to be able to get underneath there with our trowel. And also our stamp needs to slide under there, so that's just a little tip for you. We tap con this 2x3 on here, and then we put this 2x6 on there, and that runs to the bottom. There is a little bit of a pitch in this step going this way, so I just jacked this end up a little bit so the water will run away. That's our chimney blocks that I set yesterday. Filled them up with stone and stone dust, so I got a real solid base there. One thing I wanted to show you is this expansion foam that we're using. I found this product, you've probably seen it before, but here's a piece of it. The way I'm sticking it, I got this product over here, 3M Super 77, 3M Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive. So this stuff is sweet. I even sprayed it on this retaining wall and it stuck right to it. So what you do, guys, is take this thing, just give her a little she's moving around on it, so it's windy out here, so I'm just gonna spray this stuff on there like that. Then I'm gonna hit this, and then we'll wait. You wait till it tacks up a little bit, and then when you stick that on there, man, she's stuck on there nice. So we can place our concrete, and then what I'll do is take a razor knife and I'll cut that off and peel it away, and it doesn't really leave, you know, anything on the top. It doesn't really leave much residue or anything. So once you cut that off at the top of the concrete, so that's what I'm doing here. I really don't want the concrete right up against this jagged faced retaining wall. I'd like to see a little bit of expansion in there so it can move a little bit. So I'm gonna see how sticky that is right there. Oh yeah, yeah, she stuck right to her. I probably could have waited a little bit longer, but it'll tack up like that. She's stuck. And that's how we do it, right there. Here's the roll of this stuff. See if I can find there was a tag on that. Oh, it blew away. The wind's a little windy out today. Big Biscuit trying to get the grade right and tuna boat. We got the little bob kitten here, and we're mudding up their yard a little bit, but they were all right with that. I told them it was going to happen, and they just want to get it done. They'll fix the yard, and I'll go over and show you the pool part that we're fixing too, how that came out. This is the section we're repairing over here. We took a whole bucket of clay out of here yesterday. I think I showed you. Anyway, that Caterpillar bucket we filled with clay, and then we put run a crush back in here. And there's this coping on the edge of here that they poured the concrete up against on the old section, so we had to put it back in there. I'm not sure how they had the edges thick enough on the concrete, so I had to put like a 2x6 in there, and we screwed through into it. I'm gonna cut those screws off. I'm gonna zip these off with a grinder, and then I can just pull them out afterwards and take that board out of there, because I got some decorative stone on the outside. But that coping's all along there, so I kind of want to match how they did it. It's all down through there. So that's what we come up with a solution, because them nails weren't holding it. Because I want to, you know, thicken up my concrete, thick enough in here. I didn't want it super thin on the edge. I think they just tapered it up a little bit. So, and I think I'm going to drill some pins into this on each side. I'll put a couple of dowels in there and maybe 3 over here just to keep things at the same level. And we're going to pour this bad boy tomorrow morning. Today's Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday, so stay tuned. Okay guys, this is what we're doing today. We got this concrete we're pouring, the stamped concrete. We're at a lumber store, my buddy's lumber store here, New Haven Lumber. Check them out if you're in Central New York area. He has real good pricing. He'll treat you really good. So here we are, guys. We're gonna bring the concrete trucks around here. I got the track buggy and I got the little mini bob kitten, as they call it. And we got to re-pour this section of this pool because it's oh, I thought my truck was coming. This was bad, so we took it out, guys. It's in the, you probably already seen it in the first part of the video. So we put a bunch of plywood down and stuff, and we got some cover sheets here to protect things. We're gonna have to wheelbarrow this section. We can't get in here, so we're gonna have to get the concrete up here with the track buggy or the bob kitten and get it to here and then wheel it all this way, which it shouldn't take more than maybe 15 wheelbarrows to do that, so that shouldn't be too bad, but it is what it is. The guys are putting the plastic up on the house. We got the wire mesh down. We left out this one form here. That's where we're going to come in with the track buggy, and we're going to try to minimize the splatter here. I might put a shield across the track buggy when we dump it because that thing likes to splatter. And we'll probably pull this off by hand. We'll see how it goes. I put 1% accelerant and I put hot water in it, so that that should be good. Oh, we put some rebars in here. We threw a few rebars in this. 3 there and 3 here, or 2 here, just to tie this slab in. This had a lot of clay in it, as you've probably seen already. That's what we're doing, guys. Stay tuned for the pour. Here comes the mud. Rolling on in. Circle T today, again, taking care of us. Right there it is, Circle T, Ready Mix Division. Got 4,000 pound concrete with accelerant, 1% accelerant, hot water, fiber, whole 9 yards. We got Big Papa coming up the hill with the track buggy. It's his first time, so he's got to get used to it. That's the travel route we got to take, guys. All the way in here. Right there. Reach right in there, buddy. Dig right in there and pull it right up. Yep. We're gonna lift it right up. There you go. That's what we're gonna do. Hey guys, Bondo here. So we're pouring out this stamped concrete, and this is how we had to do it. We had to get this our track buggy here. Big Papa's on the track buggy, and we had to use a little bob kitten to fill up that and dump it into the wheelbarrow. Jay's on that. Big Biscuit, he's filling up the wheelbarrow with the little bob kitten, and Chris is wheeling over to the edge of the pool there because we couldn't get in there with the fence and stuff, so that's how we had to handle that. Kind of a pain, but there was a bad spot in that pool, like I showed you. The top was spalding off, so we told them we'd take that out and fix it for them while we did this. So this is kind of the best way we could figure out to do it, because you can't get a truck anywhere near the back of this house. It's all clay and it's all soft, so we pulled the truck around where you seen, and we made quite a mud mess coming up the hill there, but they didn't care. They said, you know, we could just fix the lawn when we're done. They really wanted to get this taken care of early in the season before they opened up their pool, so that's how we did this. Worked out pretty good. We got a splatter shield we're using there, just a piece of foam, so that here, guys, I'm showing you the that we're pulling the wire mesh up. We got our hooks that we made up, and Chris's son there's pilling up the wire, reaching right in there and hooking it up, pulling it up into the, so it's above the rocks there, so it'll stay up. And Chris there with the bandana on, he's still wheeling, taking it out of the track buggy there, or the bobcat in there. And we got a step up here that we're pouring too, guys, so we're going to fill that in too here in a second. We'll come up there and pour that step, I think right here. Yeah, put the shield against the house. We got plastic up on the house, but that track buggy really splatters, so if you get a piece of foam like that or something, it'll make a lot less splatter, so that's why we do that. You can see here we're just leveling this porch out here, and then we get our screed and just screeded it off real quick. Here I am grabbing the screed, me and Big Tuna scratching it right off there quick, screeding it right off, and we're just filling it in as we go here. We poured it out. We poured 4,000 pound concrete that day. It's got fibers in it. Got air entrainment in it, guys. Here we vibrated the edge of the form. I don't know if you caught that, but we took our concrete vibrator and just stuck it along the edge of the face of that form and vibrated around there. That actually worked really good. That alleviated a lot of honeycombing on that edge. And instead of just tapping it like we do sometimes, we actually set the concrete vibrator right on the board. Just vibrated it. That worked really good. I got it in super fast forward here, guys, just because this video is pretty long. It's 36 minutes long right now, so trying to keep things moving along. But there's a Marshalltown power screed that we use, and that works pretty good. Knocks it down pretty fast. We can go pretty fast with that thing. So we poured this out about a 5-inch slump, I'd say. 5.5-inch slump. It was pretty thick, but it laid down fairly nice. We got Big Biscuit's gonna come in here and float it for long, but we got Terry there dumping the concrete in, Big Papa. Here I'm magging the edges, guys. I like to hit the edges after we get it in, and anything I can reach there. I'm just hitting along this step face here. Let the camera move so you can see a little better. There's Biscuit on the bow float, knocking it down. That's how we did this stamped concrete here. It was a pain to get in there, like I said, but got real muddy going up the hill in that clay. We kept having to kind of clean the mud out because it was getting in the tracks of the machines and we were driving in there. So we had to keep cleaning that out, and that was a pain, but we got through it, got it done. Come out really nice. The customer's real happy with it. Here comes Terry with another load. We blocked it with the piece of foam board. Those guys that are raking the concrete around, I call them puddlers, guys. They just have these flat rakes and they rake the concrete around. And they try to rake it as close as they can to level. And then naturally this pad isn't perfectly level, though. It's got a pitch to it from the house out. So that's how we kind of screed it at the pitch. We go from wet pad to form board. Here we are, just filling it in. You can see the pitch in that pad. We took the board out so we can drive in there. We took the form board out. That saved us a lot of troubles. It would have been easier if we had a pump to do this job, but a pump in our area is like $1,000. So I have this equipment, so that's why I do it this way. Saves me money, saves the customer money. Here I'm puddling it out, getting it flat as I can. Me and Big Tuna here, knocking it down, trying to get it as close as we can. And then in a minute we'll put that form board back on there, guys, and once we get everything filled in about where we want it, we'll put that board back on there. Here I'm egging the edges, and we'll get the couple more loads in there. Jason's puddling it out, and I'm just gonna hit it with the power screed again, knock her down, finishing things up here. Here's where we put the board back on, I think. Yep, here comes the board. Got the board, put it back in place, screwed it in place. Now for this little bit, this last little bit, we can just dump it over the edge. That's pretty much how we poured it out. We had to wheelbarrow that whole other section, like I said. And we're just at the end here, I'll power screed this last little bit, and then we'll need just a little splash of concrete to finish up. And there we are. And that's it. That's how we poured it. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to be stamping this thing here in a minute. I'm going to show you and fast forward how we stamped it. Big biscuit on the float, knocking things down, closing things up, working the cream up to the surface. He hit it with the funny float too. We got a funny float. And it's like a magnesium trowel on a stick. So here we are stamping, guys. Me and Chris stamped this out. Just the two of us. The guys were handing us stuff, but can't really get too many people out there. This is an Ashler Slate stamp. We had to work our way over to this step here, guys, and do that part. And then we worked our way back. That's how we did that. You can see we kind of work our way across. Gotta make sure the stamps are all facing the same direction. And then there's a texture stamp that you can hit your edges with. And then there's some flexible stamps that are the same size as them that you can kind of bend them when you get up near the house. You can see these things locked together and just kind of work your way down. I got it in super fast forward here. When you get up against things like that step, you can see we use that flexible stamp right up against stuff. And that's how you can kind of get up there. And we got a little I call it a pizza cutter. It's a little roller that we can actually roll the lines into it, because this pattern has lines in it, so it just looks like a pizza cutter, and you can just roll those lines in where you can't get up against the house. You take that texture skin and hit along the edge, and you can get your texture, and then you can roll the lines into it, or you can touch up a line with that pizza cutter too. Sometimes you'll get a little squish out between the stamps, and you can roll that out and then tap it with a texture skin. We'll get rid of it. That's how we do it, guys. Just moving along here. There's the flexible one. You can see it bend up against the house right there. You just got to keep working your way down and make sure you keep the stamps all in the same direction. These are a little more tricky than my other stamps that are just a big flexible mat that you don't have to line up anything. These ones you have to lock them together, and you have to make sure you keep everything going straight. And if you flip one, you'll have a mess. It won't lock together right, and the lines won't line up right. So, like I said, these are a little trickier. These are Ashler Slate, but they're a real popular stamp. So I actually just bought this set, so I don't have to rent them anymore because we use them all the time. And we finished up that other section. Here's that repaired area, guys, that we're doing. It's just a little section, but what we did is we covered this up with a tarp, so because the concrete was drying pretty fast, so I told the guys to set a tarp over this thing so that we could come back over here, because I mean, by the time we got to here, it took a lot longer than you see here on super fast forward. This is takes quite a while to do this pattern. There's a lot of detail work to it. You see them flexible stamps real good right there, guys. There's 2 of them flex stamps in this set. There's 12 stamps in this set, so you can do a decent size area. And there's different colors. You want to keep the colors kind of away from each other. You don't want to stick a bunch of them bunch of green ones together. You want to kind of use the blue, green, and black and just mix them up. That's how we did the repair there, guys. Okay, guys. Here's how she turned out. Obviously, it's not sealed yet, but it's gonna look pretty sweet. There's the stairway. Nice and clean. There it is. And we've repaired this spot over here. Repaired that whole section. The color's not a perfect match, but it still isn't sealed yet either. So, and this concrete is this concrete is probably 6 years old, so that's faded out pretty good. Jay's just cleaning some more up.
So much color stuff.
Still getting some of the color off. We got it cleaning up the fence, but that's how she turned out, guys. Looks pretty good. It's starting to rain here, so we're gonna call it a day, I think.